It's July 30th, JLD here, and welcome to MSTR today, one day away from the earnings call. I simply cannot wait. Today, we talk about M2 money supply. We talk about 21,021 Bitcoin. We do a stretch check-in, STRC, and oh so much more. Remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. Please hit that like button because your support by hitting that like button, it really does mean a lot. Now let's dive into Michael Saylor's first post where he wants us to know the cowards never started and the weak died along the way. Michael Saylor, I'm along for the ride. Let's head west. Let's explore new territory. That's exactly what he's doing with these preferred stocks: Strife, Strike, Stride, Stretch. More to come for sure. I think a lot of you know from my X posts as well as from this video from MSTR today, I have fully ported into Stretch at $89, and I am holding till 100, which I believe truly is inevitable, because I believe Michael Saylor when he says he's going to peg it at $100. I believe he is going to do it with all of my being. So why not take that 11% and just roll? And I'll do a little bit of a check-in here later on in this video, but let's move along. Next post is from Jeff Walton, who says MSTR's 2025 Bitcoin yield target of 25% for the entire year was achieved in the first 57% of the year, blowing past targets, accretively adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet at a mind-bending rate. Accretion. MSTR is a tax-efficient Bitcoin dividend reinvestment program. That is such a great way of putting it. In my opinion, one more time, MSTR is a tax-efficient Bitcoin dividend reinvestment program. It allows you to acquire more Bitcoin with the Bitcoin that you already own, essentially, through the shares of MSTR. And of course, to be clear, you don't own Bitcoin through shares of MSTR. When you own MSTR, you own the MSTR shares. You own the MSTR equity. But let Michael Saylor and Fong Li and the strategy team cook and accretively increase your Bitcoin yield per share. They're doing it at an amazing rate. What Jeff actually didn't mention was that the initial target was 15%. At Q1, they upped it to 25%. Now they're already at 25%, at 57% of the year. We're going higher. We're going to 35% is what I think is the minimum. If we hit 40, watch out. Fireworks are happening. And this is a fantastic post by Documenting Saylor. He just wants us to remember what our winning strategy is. It's called buy at the lows, buy at the highs, buy, buy at the lows, buy at the highs. It doesn't matter because right now we're getting Bitcoin at 0.1 million Bitcoin. We are winning. Saylor is winning. MSTR shareholders are winning. Life is good. Speaking of which, Michael Saylor wanted us to know that Strategy has acquired 21,021 Bitcoin for $2.46 billion. That's $117,256 per Bitcoin, and has achieved a Bitcoin yield of 25%. Those are such two clean numbers: 21, 21, 25%, 2025. As of 7/29/2025, we hodl 628,791 Bitcoin, acquired for $46 billion at $73,000 per Bitcoin. MSTR, Strike, Strife, Stride, Stride. I can't wait till this takes up 2 lines, because the more products that Michael Saylor comes out with to drain the fixed income market, to drain the money markets, to drain them all into Bitcoin, the better, in my opinion. Adrian Moore says, MSTR, good afternoon, everyone. It's Bits Day because Corn Day is only on Monday. Strategy purchased a massive 2121 Bitcoin. It's so poetic. This was done using $2.47 billion from Stretch IPO, and now they hodl a massive 628,791 Bitcoin. MSTR bears in shambles. And by the way, I was really devastated that I did not get into the Stretch IPO, because I thought it was such a no-brainer that it could go from $90, that you could get it at $90 when it was essentially guaranteed, in my opinion. This is my opinion, not financial advice, but I believe Michael Saylor when he says he's going to peg it at 100, and you could have got the IPO at 90. To me, a clear path to 100. That's 11% gain. I couldn't believe when I saw that it was trading under the ticker symbol, I believe, and I'll show you in an upcoming slide, but I believe it was MCSTP is the ticker symbol temporarily. It's an OTC ticker symbol until it moves potentially today or tomorrow into STRC for stretch. I could not believe I could buy it at below IPO. So the fact that I missed it on the IPO and I got it at $89, I was like, this is the closest thing to free money that I feel like I've ever experienced. Um, I just sat down next to my wife, Kate, and I said, Kate, open up your Fidelity account. Where's your cash? It doesn't matter. We're porting it into Stretch for at least the next couple of weeks because I'm going to increase your stack by 11% while you're earning 9%-ish, give or take, on that money. And she said, I don't understand any of this. And I said, I love you too, babe. So it is to me, I just love being dialed into Michael Saylor, being dialed into MSTR, being dialed into strategy, into Fongli, into what they're doing, because it gives us opportunities like this. And anybody that watched the video yesterday, there's a lot of you that posted in the comments that you bought MCSTP. Do I know where it's going with 100% certainty? No, nobody knows. But do I have quite a strong conviction about where it's going? Yes, absolutely. Let's keep moving on. Justin, the Bitcoin therapist, said the SEC has approved in-kind creation redemptions for spot Bitcoin ETFs. This is huge. This is where you no longer have to like sell your Bitcoin to buy. I mean, it was just so crazy that in-kind redemptions were not available. Like it was just mind blowing. So the fact that the SEC has approved this is just more examples that the SEC, the government, the regulators, the administration, everybody is just saying, okay, we see this is inevitable, even if some percentage of the individuals don't like it or just hate change or just are blind to it. At least we have enough smart people to be moving this in the right direction. And it's so exciting to see. I can't wait for what Bo Hines comes out with. Let's go, Bo. My son's name is Bo. So Bo Hines, I like you already. Let's drop a pretty awesome crypto report. I think it's coming out today, by the way. Ragnar says, the road to 1 million Bitcoin for MSTR, we're 62.9% complete. I mean, how many people remember when I was reporting about this and we were like 20% complete, 30% complete, 34% complete. Now we're 62.9% complete. Let's go. And Strategy just bought 1.23 metaplanets. So again, that was just in one buy. 21,000 Bitcoin equals a stack that is taking metaplanets this whole time to acquire 1.23x of that, 4 times Semler, 11 times Smarter Web, 20 times Cooler, and 33 times H100. And they just keep stacking. And by the way, this is why Bitcoin was created. Look at the M2 money supply. It's just going up. And this is everywhere. This is Japan, China. I mean, this is the real one. Where do you think all this money is going to flow to? All this money is flowing into Bitcoin, is flowing into risk assets, equities. It's flowing into risk. And we're here waiting for it. Europe, I mean, it's insane what's happening here. And we are, I like to say, we are well positioned, and some of us are probably perfectly positioned. Jeff says, many concerned with MSTR, MNAV, and daily IBIT relatively are missing the big picture. And by the way, just before I continue with Jeff's post, I want to clarify what he's saying here. You know, there's a lot of people who are just like, oh, what's going on here? Like Bitcoin's down 1% and MSTR is down 4%, or Bitcoin's up 2% and MSTR is up 3%, or MSTR is up 1.5%. What, like, it doesn't track Bitcoin. It is intelligently leveraged. MSTR is intelligently leveraged to over time be a 1.5 to 2x leverage play on Bitcoin. Sometimes more when the MNAV expands, sometimes less. Rarely I believe we'll see it below 1.5, but it's proven time and time again over time that is the case. If you want to buy a 2x IBIT, you can. They're out there. I forget the ticker symbol. It's not financial advice, but you can buy 2x IBIT if you want 2x the return of Bitcoin on a minute-to-minute, day-to-day, week-to-week basis. Go and buy the 2x leverage play on that. If you want to buy Michael Saylor's financial engineering genius, if you want to buy the strategy, if you want to buy Fong Li's commitment to excellence when it comes to Bitcoin, then you buy MSTR. If you want to buy what Strategy is creating with their 4 current preferred stocks and more coming, siphoning the fixed income dollars, the trillions of dollars into from where it's at into the MSTR equity, into Bitcoin as that store of capital, then you buy MSTR. If you want 2x Bitcoin, buy a 2x leverage play. If you want Bitcoin returns, which are amazing, buy Bitcoin. If you want MSTR because of Michael Saylor and what Strategy is doing, then you buy MSTR. So continuing with Jeff, MSTR was a $1.2 billion company with $500 million cash in hand 5 years ago. They now hold a 74 billion Bitcoin with zero encumbrance, zero. So whenever you see any bear on X being like, they might get liquidated if it goes to 70,000 because their average cost per share is 72,000. Zero encumbrance. Laugh at those posts. That's the story. Sovereign power, supreme financial strength. If you want to be on board with supreme financial strength, you buy MSTR. If you don't, then you buy something else. And by the way, anybody that wants to buy Bitcoin, I applaud you. You're doing an amazing thing. I personally own a lot of Bitcoin. I personally own a lot of MSTR because I love knowing that Michael Saylor is working on my Bitcoin stack that I have in cold storage by doing what he's doing with MSTR, and that he's also working on my MSTR share equity every single day. Okay, let's keep moving. I told you I was going to update you with this back on July 28th, which is 2 days ago now. I wrote, not financial advice, but I'm going to post this when Stretch, STRC, currently trading under MCSTP, gets to its $100 pegged share price. It's inevitable. So what I did was I bought at essentially $89 MCSTP, knowing with the certainty, because I believe in Michael Saylor and what he says, that it's going to 100 because he's going to peg it there and he has the financial engineering to do so. How is it going? Well, it's up 5.27%. It's currently trading at $93.25. Looks like it was a little down in the after hours markets. Who knows what it's going to do today? Maybe it dips today. Maybe a buying opportunity for some people. Maybe it continues on its what looks like a pretty steady and inevitable march to 100. Only time will tell, but I believe that it's inevitable that it's going to get there. So I believe this is really the easiest 11+% that I've ever been able to acquire in a trade, again, while earning the 9% ish. I think it's actually probably even more. Well, I know it's more than that right now on Stretch, the yield. So a lot of good things today. I have some great Michael Saylor video clips coming at you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. When it comes to my assets, diversification is key. I don't want to be over leveraged in any one thing. I mean, yes, I own MSTR and it makes up a large part of my portfolio, but I also own Bitcoin and always will. And now, thanks to my new sponsor, BitIRA, you can own Bitcoin in a tax-sheltered retirement account. BitIRA has been around for almost 10 years. As one of the trailblazers in alternative IRAs for crypto, they have built the world's most secure digital IRA. Here's why you'll love them. End-to-end insurance, highly secure storage, multi-encryption, and registered with the US government. And it's fully IRS compliant. If you have a 401k from an old employer or an IRA gathering dust and you'd rather have that retirement account converted to an IRA in Bitcoin, BitIRA will help you convert it free of taxes or penalties. Best of all, you can trade crypto within your retirement account without taxes incurred on any buys or sells. Just go to bitira.com/JLD and request a free info guide. Once you do that and open your IRA, you'll get a free ledger. Again, that's bitira.com/JLD to open a tax-sheltered IRA in Bitcoin.
But yeah, because once you get Bitcoin and it clicks in your mind, your immediate reaction is, oh, I got to hurry and buy as much as I can because someone else is going to go take all my Bitcoin away from me. So like in 2020, when I started buying Bitcoin, I was thinking, oh no, I got to do this in a hurry because someone's going to figure it out and the price is going to 10x. And I better get it before it 10x's. So, I mean, that's a natural reaction when it finally clicks in your head because you're thinking, why wouldn't every billionaire in the world go and buy $1 billion of Bitcoin, smash buy it overnight, and just to make $1 billion? Because why wouldn't they just want to make the $1 billion? or 5 billion or 10 billion or any amount of money. I mean, Bitcoin, it feels like in the early days, the infinite money glitch, right? If you're a dentist and you make $200,000 a year in cash flow, you can buy 200,000 of Bitcoin every year for 20 years. And that's not a bad idea. You'll be the richest dentist on your block. But you can incorporate the dental practice, get it valued at 5 times cash flow, get $1 million value, sell 33% of it for $500,000, take the $500,000, invest in Bitcoin today, wait a year, raise another $500,000 at a double market cap, 2, 3, 4 times NAV, invest that, wait another year, raise $3 million, invest that. You'll be the first billionaire dentist on your block. And what did you do differently? You partnered with someone else and you cut them in. Right? That's what Strategy's done. That's what Metaplan has done. That's what Saylor is doing. You can do it. What's the second best? There is no second best.